Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm just trying to fix the background. Can Shaman quickly tell me where can I go and do it? I know, but I'm just not getting it now. Can someone unmute and tell me how to change the background, please? Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear.
How do I change the background?
Prabhu, in the bottom, there are 3 dots at the end.
More.
And you can just click on that, and there are
Yes.
background and effects.
Captions, notes, whiteboards, reset to default. No. Captions, record, notes, whiteboards. No, reset to default.
Prabhu, you just need to go to that video part of the screen at the bottom, that icon. And if you click the sort of button next to it, you should see more options available.
Okay, sure. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose virtual background.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Someone used my laptop and it didn't work out. Okay, so we can start recording again now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are studying from Canto 2, the Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 1, titled The First Step in God Realization, and verse number 31 today. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Canto 2, Chapter 1, verse number 31. Chandamsi anantasya shiro grananti damstra yamah snehaka dvijani aso janonmadakari chamaya duranta sargo yatapanga apanga moksha. Chandamsi anantasya shiro grananti damstra yamah snehaka dvijani aso janonmadakari chamaya Duranta sargo yatapanga mokshaha. Chandamsi anantasya shiro grananti damshra yamaha sneha kaladvijani aso janonmadakari chamaya duranta sargo yatapanga mokshaha. Synonym, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chandamsi, the Vedic hymns, Anantasya of the Supreme, Shirah, the cerebral passage, Grananti, they say, Damstraha, the jaws of teeth, Yamaha, Yamaraj, the director of sinners, Snehakalaha, the art of affection, beautifully, Snehakalaha, the art of affection. We should remember this, Snehakalaha, the art of affection. Dvijani, the set of teeth, Rasaha, smile, Jan Unmada Kari, the most alluring, Cha also Maya, illusory energy, Duranta, unsurpassable, Sarga, the material creation, Yat Apanga, whose glance, Moksha, casting over, Translation. They say that the Vedic hymns are the cerebral passage of the Lord, and his jaws of teeth are Yama, god of death, who punishes the sinners. The art of affection is his set of teeth. The most alluring, illusory material energy is his smile. The art of affection is his set of teeth, and the most alluring, illusory, and material energy is the smile. The most alluring, illusory, material energy is a smile. This is so beautiful. This great ocean of material creation is but the casting of his glance over us. Interesting. According to Vedic assertion, this material creation is the result of the Lord's casting a glance over the material energy, which is described herein as the most alluring, illusory energy. The conditioned souls who are allured by such materialism should know that the material temporary creation is simply an imitation of the reality, and that those who are captivated by such alluring glances of the Lord are put under the direction of the controller of sinners called Yamaraj. The Lord smiles affectionately, displaying his teeth. The intelligent persons who can grasp these truths about the Lord becomes a soul fully surrendered unto him. Beautiful. Bhaktivedanta Purports ki jai. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim yasam tato jayam udirayet nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So here we can see the description of the universal form, the Virat Roop of the Lord is continuing. Sukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, okay, of course you know everything, but in the future there will be many so-called godmen, coming everywhere. We think that godmen are only in India, but no, godmen are everywhere, including, me, who we always think that, I'm the controller, I am the enjoyer of all that I observe. Even in the West, subtly this godmanship is there in everyone. Of course, in India, there are many so-called, self-declared godmen, and people also follow. Prabhupada says the cheaters and the cheated. There are so many cheaters, and there are many more cheated, who just don't want to know who the Supreme Lord is, and they get cheated by this. So as we see, Sukadeva Goswami is continuing his description of the Virata Swarupa. The whole purpose of Virat Swarup is like how I was thinking, I don't know whether this analogy also works or no. Please judge for yourself and let me know if it is appropriate or not. How when we as devotees come into the path of Bhakti Yoga, we ask a question, okay, if I become a surrendered soul to Krishna, will my karma be taken away by Krishna? As we say that, even if you chant one name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The reactions of all the sinful actions we have done are taken care of. They are gotten rid of. So we understand that, yes, when we come to Bhakti Yoga, it is like flicking the switch off for the fan. When you switch off the fan doesn't stop immediately. It becomes slower and slower and slower and ultimately stops. So this way the action of karma also act for the devotees, that slowly the reactions become weaker and weaker, and ultimately the reaction stops, because when we progress in bhakti, Krishna has taken charge of our lives and our karma. So similarly, when a new person, Prabhupada used the word materialist, when a new person comes to Krishna consciousness, and they are not willing to accept Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Bhagavatam explains that you can see the Lord in the nature. And slowly, when they start creating this impression in their hearts and minds, then they will start seeing the Lord everywhere. I know when I was a child, we had this movie, I think it was called Himalaya Ki God Mein. The literal translation is in the lap of Himalayas, in the lap of Himalayas. And there was a very nice song which described the beauty of the valley of Himalayas. हरी भरी वसुंधरा को तुम निहार लो, चमका दो आज लालिमा अपने ललाट की, कण कण में गूंज रही है छवि विराट की, ये किस कवि की कल्पना, ये किस कवि की कल्पना का चमत्कार है, ये कौन चित्रकार है, ये कौन चित्रकार, ये कौन चित्रकार है, ये कौन चित्रकार. So here, the poet is seeing the beauty of the valley in the Himalayas, and he's asking question: who is the painter of this beautiful canvas? And then he describes how that in every pixel of that painting, the presence of the Virat Swarup of the Lord is there. Kan kan mein gunj rahi hai chhavi Virat ki. That means in every pixel of the painting of the valley of Himalayas, the Lord is present. So this way, when people start seeing the hands of the Lord in nature, and then again in the situations in their life, many people also see, once they start believing, they say, yes, actually, we also see sometimes that some miracles happen in our lives. So this way, somehow or the other, Sukadeva Goswami in this chapter, he's saying that, yes, you can see the Lord, and also you can see the Lord in everything. You can see the Lord in everything and everything in the Lord. This way, the journey of the materialist, at least someone who is little bit in the range of little goodness, where at least you can appreciate the nature. Of course, there are people who will not even appreciate the nature. There are people who are completely gross materialistic. They just want their ego to be satisfied, their senses to be gratified, and their minds to be just agitated by their own success. We're not talking about people like them. We're talking about people who are materialists, but they can at least have some sort of sense of feeling where, yes, they can see some presence of divinity in the nature. So we know that there are we've heard the analogy of a cat holding a kitten in the jaws, and a cat holding a rat or a mouse in the jaws. So the kitten is a devotee, and the rat or the mouse is a materialist or non-devotee. So in this purport, Prabhupada gives the example of both. Yes, when the Lord is creating this material creation, he's casting a glance over the material energy. But for the materialist, it is described as the most alluring, illusory energy. Now, just these 4 words, if you really understand the grammatical significance, most means absolutely most, right? Alluring, it is very, very alluring. So much alluring that they don't have time, inclination, propensity, proclivity to see anything beyond that. They will only see they will be only completely covered by the alluring, illusory energy of the Lord. And not only it's alluring means something which attracts. Now, many times, even as devotees, please mind you, it is not that we are allured by material attractions. Sometimes we are allured also by so-called controversy, so-called contradictions, so-called choices, and then we choose something which is not beneficial to our spiritual life, but we give justification for that. So this is very, very careful. You have to understand that. that even as devotees, we cannot just underestimate the power of the Lord's energy. So that's why Prabhupada describes the most alluring, illusory energy, places everyone under illusion. We see the Lord showed the universal form 5 times, as revealed in the scriptures. First time when he was a little baby, and when he was yawning, Mother Yashoda saw the entire universal creation in his mouth. So Mother Yashoda saw everything. This is described in the 10th canto. Again, when he was eating mud, where the Paribhasa Sutra of Vatsalya Prem of Mother Yashoda is described. How's the verse goes? Traya chopanishadbhischa sankhya yogaishcha satvate upagiyamana mahatmyam harim samani atmajan. So here Krishna is again alluring and bewildering Mother Yashoda by showing the universal form in his mouth. Krishna has eaten mud. Yashoda, as we know, she asks him to open his mouth, and when he opens his mouth, he sees everything inside, and the whole universe, including herself, and including the whole of Vrindavan, and the sun and the moon and the stars and all the entire cosmos. But then Sukadeva Goswami speaks this verse, Trayacha Upanishad Vacha, that all the 3 Upanishad, the Sankhya Yoga is to Satvataha, the literature describing Sankhya Yoga, what they do, Upagiyamana Mahatmyam, that they glorify Krishna as the Supreme Lord. But for Mother Yashoda, he is Harim Samanya Atmajam. Because Mother Yashoda is under the spell of Yogamaya, the beautiful divine energy of the Lord. She thinks that I am actually dreaming. This is my beautiful child. What am I doing? I'm like the wife of Nand Maharaj, and he's my child. I have to protect him. So she doesn't think this baby Krishna is the Lord who is displaying his Virat Swarup inside his mouth. This is the second time Krishna reveals his universal form. The third time, as we know, is he's showing his Virat Swarup to in the assembly of the Kurus, when he's gone to at least get some peace happening before the big war, establish some truce that both Pandavas and Kauravas can come together and have some sort of arrangement where the war doesn't happen. And instead of listening to Krishna, Duryodhana, he sends his soldiers to arrest him. And Krishna says, come on, what are you trying to do? And then Krishna shows his universal form. And then, again, Prabhupada describes that this universal form is not the complete universal form. He shows the ghastly affairs, he shows the volcanoes coming out of his mouth, the fire coming out of his mouth, all the soldiers going in his mouth. The ghastly side of his Virat Swarup is shown to Duryodhana. And Duryodhana is, his heart is shattered. The other demons, they close their eyes in fear. But only people like Bhishma Pitamaha and all the other sages assembled, they could see the universal form. Of course, the Devatas, in the heavenly planets, they also see the form and shower the flowers there. Dhritarashtra, he is also saying, I cannot see Krishna. Please allow me to see this form. And his heart is also shattered. And then again, as we see, Krishna shows just before the battle of Mahabharata, the universal form to Arjun. And when Prabhupada writes that this is the first time which Krishna has shown the form to Arjun, it's actually meant that the full Virat Swarup, the fully manifested Virat Swarup is shown to Arjun. Before this, the fully manifested Virat Swarup has never been shown to anyone. And that's the fourth time. And the fifth time, Krishna after the war is finished, he's going from Mathura to Dwarka, Hastinapur to Dwarka. And on his way, he meets one of his old friends. His name is Sage Uttanka. Sage Uttanka. So he goes and meets him, and I don't remember, something happens, and the discussion, even though they're friends, the discussion between them gets very heated, very animated, very, like very agitated. And it comes to that extent that Sage Uttanka, even though Krishna is his friend, he doesn't know that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna himself. And then Lord Uttanka gets very angry, and he's just about to curse Krishna. And Krishna tells him that, my friend, your curse will not have any effect on me, because I am the source of all the mystic powers. I'm the source of all the mystic powers, and so your curse is not going to have any effect on me. So please don't try to curse me. And Sage Uttanka says, yes, really? Like how the cowherd boys are telling Krishna, are you, what you're saying, that you are Krishna, the Lord? So Sage Uttanka says, really, are you the Lord, the Supreme Lord? And Krishna says, yes. Do you want me to show you? And then Krishna shows him the Virata Swarupa then. And Sage Uttanka realizes that, yes, my friend is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. So this way, Krishna has shown his Virat Swarup as revealed in our scriptures about 5 times. And Prabhupada says here that the conditioned souls, when they are allured by this materialism, they should know. That they should know means we should let them know. We as devotees should let them know that this material creation is temporary, right? And it is simply an imitation of the reality. So we understand that as devotees, we know that this is a temporary place. When in the beginning, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that the material world is not factual. Not factual means it's not that it's not there. Yes, I can see the table, I can see the chairs, I can see the sunrise, I can see everything here. But it is temporary. But it's temporary. So it is our duty as devotees to let everyone know that, yes, as an eternal soul, if you really want to be happy in the material world, you have to connect with the divinity of the spiritual world by practicing bhakti yoga. So Prabhupada says, the conditioned souls who are allured by such materialism should know that the material temporary creation is simply an imitation of the reality. We know in the reality, the spiritual world, where it is said that, every gate is, every word is a song, every step is a dance, and there's a festival every day. So this is the spiritual world where everyone is happy. In one of our classes recently, one person asked me that, here you're trying to tell us to be Krishna conscious, but then the spiritual world, what are we going to do? Are we just going to serve Krishna? Or is there any other, form of having fun there? So yes, actually there's every song is a dance. People are happy all the time just in service to Krishna, because that's our constitutional position. Every step is a dance. We can sing a song, we can dance only when we are very, very happy. And there's a festival every day. We just had a 3-day festival again. We had the Vaman Dev's appearance day, we had the Saturday feast, and then we had the Bhadra Purnima festival yesterday. And you could see, people who are coming as a guest are relishing the nectar. People who are serving are also relishing the nectar. People who are cooking, people who are making the garlands, people who are decorating, everyone is happy. So if we can make people understand, yes, this is the material creation is an imitation of the reality. People are trying to, when we say, a perverted reflection or an imitation, that means there's a reflection and people are trying to get the fruit of the tree from the reflection, not from the actual tree. There's a body of water which is still, and there's a tree, a fruit, nice mango tree standing next to it with the reflection in the lake. We cannot get any mango from the reflection in the lake. We have to actually understand that I should need to know the tree, know where the mango is and how to pluck it. So this way, as devotees, we should know that yes, this is the way we can actually perform bhakti yoga, and at the end of the life enter the spiritual world and be happy forever. So Prabhupada says, the conditioned souls who are allured by such materialism should know that the material temporary creation is simply an imitation of the reality, and that those who are captivated by such alluring glances of the Lord. Now don't think that we are not going to come under that. Prabhupada said that the trouble is that my disciples are not afraid of Maya enough. That the trouble is that my disciples are not afraid of Maya enough. So we have to be careful all the time. We have to be alert all the time. Prabhupada says that the devotees have to be alert all the time, that by being engaged in devotional service, we are not captivated by these illusory glances of the material energy. So of course, as we know, the Lord creates. When the Lord creates, he glances over the Mahatattva, and that glance is Sadashiva, Lord Shiva, and the connection between, and that's why we see that the Lord is fully spiritual, and he will not touch the material energy. Neither the material energy will touch the Lord. So the connection between them is Sadashiva. Sadashiva does this job, does this service of helping the Lord in creation. So as devotees, we understand that yes, whatever is around us, it is the Lord's energy, and as far as possible, we can use it in the Lord's service. But if we don't do that, then Prabhupada says here that we are captivated by alluring glances of the Lord and are put under the direction of the controller of sinners called Yamaraja. So, as we know that when a cat is picking up the kitten, so that way the devotees, even though they are in the jaws of time, but they still feel protected because they're protected by the Lord himself. And as we know, the time is the impersonal feature of the Lord. But for non-devotees, when the time is catching them, they are afraid. And that's why we see that the devotees are not afraid of death. When the time has come, we are ready. But the non-devotees, when the time comes, and even before the time comes, they're always afraid. Shoka, bhaya, and moha. Shoka means lamentation, bhaya means fear, and moha means illusion or hankering after things. So past, present, and future, they're always under fear when they are not protected by the Lord. They are always thinking of Yamaraja, like Kamsa. Kamsa is the personification of fear. But for the devotees, Prabhupada says the Lord smiles affectionately, displaying his teeth. So when we see the Lord in his Archa Vigraha form, we go from his lotus feet and upwards. And as Virat Prabhu nicely sang those two verses, we study Bhagavatam, starting from the first canto, second canto, go upwards. And then at the end, we'll see the 10th canto, where Lord's beautiful smiling face is described. And then we can really understand the Lord smiles affectionately, displaying his teeth. The intelligent person who can grasp these truths about the Lord becomes a soul fully surrendered unto him. So this way, when we understand that everything around us is temporary, except bhakti, bhakta, and Bhagwan. So this way, through Srimad Bhagavatam, just by knowing about the Lord and his various features, we can become our soul fully surrendered unto him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments, reflections, anyone? Okay, may you all have a wonderful devotional day. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Tomorrow morning, we will see you at 6:30, Krishna willing, to again continue the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji,
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.